Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom and you're watching SBR Picks. Manchester United lost their third spot to Southampton when they beat them 1-0 at Old Trafford. So this is a must-win when they visit QPR on Saturday. Sports writer and SBR contributor Kevin Stott joins us now to run through the match. Now, QPR are down in 18th place after a 2-1 loss playing Burnley. But with the unpredictable play of Manchester United, is 1.62 a good price to back the visitors' win?
I don't think so. Not in this situation, just because it is QPR we're talking about. History shows the last two times that United went to Turf Moor, they won 2-0. And this team hasn't scored a goal. It's in the story. I don't think they've scored a goal on Manchester United. I know they've been up and down throughout the relegation in the Premier League, but I don't think they've scored a goal against them, Natalie, since 1996. It's sort of a dead statistic, and I know that QPR will come out firing, but I don't have enough confidence in their roster and their attacking players and how much money they've spent, and let alone they're in 18th place. And Manchester United is going to be in a foul mood after losing yesterday to Southampton. And they had no shots on target, by the way, so they're going to really have, with all the money they spent, oh my God, they need to start getting at least the ball on goal. I could see why the fans at Manchester United are livid. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, last meeting back in September saw a 4-0 victory for the Red Devils at Old Trafford. What are you predicting for this match, Kevin?
You know, I'm going to stick with the old cookie cutter process here and say it's 2-0. I know that QPR, like I said earlier, they're going to come out firing. They're going to do everything they can to get a goal. But David De Gea is evolving into one of the best goalies in the league, and it's up to you. And the United is embarrassed. You know, they're embarrassed now. But the funny thing, Natalie, is they're still in the thick of the race. They're so bad on the road. 80% of their losses, they're 2-6-2 on the road, and then they're facing a team, QPR, who is 10 losses on the road, a historical record, but 5-4-2 at home with a +5 goal differential. So this is a game that if Manchester United does their homework, they'll realize they can't sleepwalk through. But I think that there's just talented enough, and with De Gea in goal, it's going to come down to total shots and quality shots on target. And I think that, you know, QPR might get 4, 5, 6, 7 shots and maybe 2 on target, whereas Manchester United will probably generate 13 or 14 total shots and maybe 5, 6 on target. So I think it's just the simple math, history, the embarrassment, the emotions, and the reality that they're still in 4th place in UEFA qualification spot. So they don't want to lose that by being so bad on the road, and going to QPR, getting all 3 points and beating teams like this are things that the Red Devils have to do if they want to you know, avoid embarrassment and move forward in the season.
What about then, so you're going for sort of the 2-0 scoreline there. Would you back the under 2.5 goals in this match?
Yeah, I actually like that, and that's a great question. I actually like that better. I like Manchester United, obviously, if I like it 2-0. I like them to win on the money line, minus $1.75. I like them to lay a goal on the Asian handicap. But the thing I like the most in this particular game is the under. It's plus 100, but at 2.5. It's always important to get the 2.5. Here, it's not an issue because the vigorish is plus 100 or even money. But I do like the under just because Manchester United had 0 shots on goal. Now they have to play defensive, which they can do, even though they only play 3 in the back sometimes. But they have a great goalie, and they're going to be so scared. A lot of the times when I handicap stuff, fear is a huge factor. And Manchester United has fear going against it. They have embarrassment going against it, and desperation. And they're a big money club. And to get the money to pay the guys who they've already spent on, you need to qualify for Champions League. So Van Gaal needs to wake up. And Natalie, it's sort of off the cuff, but I can't believe how Van Gaal gets this year. A year ago, we were just bashing David Moyes, and they're basically in the same spot. And this Van Gaal guy, Van Gaal, however you pronounce it, is not cutting it. So I think he deserves a little more grief, and I'm glad I'm not a Manchester United fan today.
Right. Well, what about as well, United to win to 0, 2.75? Is that worth the take as well?
Yeah, I think if it depends on what your betting profile or your risk profile is. I think if you like to bet a lot of stuff on a lot of games and you have access to the money and do it, I think yeah, most definitely, because you're going to get a decent price on that, and that is a decent price. I'd put like 4 different bets. Some games, it's a weird handicapping style, but some games there's 4 or 5, maybe 6 opportunities to make money, and then other ones, like we'll talk about later, there's just like, man, you're just scraping the bottom of the barrel. But I think it's important to think for yourself and be really critical about your own thought process. process and how you digest handicappers' information, odds makers' numbers, everything. You have to think for yourself because you're earning the money and you're betting the money, so it's important to think for yourself.
Yeah, very true. What is the top tip then, Kevin, for playing this match?
That's the under here. The under at 2.5. I just, I was shocked. I watched that whole game, and I didn't even realize, it's probably half days. But the thing is, they didn't even get a shot on goal at home in Old Trafford. And I know Southampton. I think people are starting to realize Southampton is for real. I mean, we sort of talked about it earlier or last year, but Southampton is for real. You can't slide them. To go into Old Trafford and to do that, it is incredible. So not even being able to generate a shot, they're going to be really cognizant of the fact that they couldn't get any shots, so they're going to try really hard to create shots, which they're going to have problems doing it because this team has them. They have Falcao, they have Rooney, they have Van Persie, Juan Mata, Angel Di Maria. They have all these studs that they've paid a lot of money for. But the bottom line is, and I wrote about it, they're not gelling together because they don't play enough together. They're not used to each other. And teams that play good soccer or football or any sport play together for a while and get used to each other. And this Manchester United team isn't used to each other. Therefore, less shots that are great shots, but I do think the under is the big thing just because of how many shots combined by both teams will be on target, and I think it could be near 10 and under 10. And with De Gea in that, I'll take my chances at 2.5 under.
All right then, so the under 2.5 goals is the bet for this match. Kevin, thanks for joining us today. The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the SportsBook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.